Hello, take your time to browse the things I have for you. Truly a wonderful purchase. All yours. What a wise decision. Enjoy. I'm sure that's something you'll be using. Oh, very lovely choice. Care to buy anything else? Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. I got some time to chat. You know of Astro? That tune is always a thing around the oddest places. Once I found him even sleeping one of my trains here in Garden View. I'm unsure how long he been there if I haven't woken up. I got something to share. Blood randomly can be seen carrying that inky little sculpture he calls Junior. Not sure if he truly has any attachment to that little art project of his. But I keep seeing him recreate that thing. Honestly, a bit odd to me. Boxton's been up late at night recently. He tells me he can't sleep when I ask him of it. I wonder if a music box ever needs his own music box to sleep. Pfft, what an idea. Have you ever of this book club some tunes are attending? You have to be invited to such how exclusive. It's a shame I'm far too busy to attend even if I wanted to. It was Brittany. I wonder what she's doing up so late. Guardian view depends on me to keep things running well. Russia once approached me and asked if she could paint me. I declined. There is no way I had the time to sit for hours and hold a pose. I may be timed wisely, but I'd rather not waste that much time. Dante doesn't believe me when I tell him, but I swear Conte is watching a visibility. At times, I thought I may be simply paranoid, but I don't believe so. Between you and me, I think Cosmos baking is better than compared to Sprouts baking, which is shocking. Sorry for the mistake. Which is shocking because I believe Cosmo has banned more patches of gay goods. But oh, when that sweet food isn't banned, it's delectable. I hope you're aware any earnings I receive from purchases to go right back to that because I work alongside him. We're associates, by the way, in a way. No, I am not allowed to take tips. You know Finn isn't terrible company. I argue I enjoy his company. I'll allow him to ramble about his aquatic interests in return. I go on to my train interests. It's the perfect trade-off. Oh, let me tell you about Fluttershy. She's lovely, truly, but I can't help but wonder how far she could truly fly. Think about it. She could fly for so long, but how up she could reach. Could she perhaps pass the clouds? I can only wonder. I can fathom how anyone can pass Gigi's room and not be concerned. I swear, every time I pass by that room, she has more things. How many things can have one have? How many collections warrant such? You know what? I'll admit something. I'm concerned for Gustin the amount of times I've seen that Mary bump into things. Well, it's concerning to say the least. I asked him if he was the clown's pitches. Of course, when he turned tone and he says, No, I'm glistening. I'm perfect, not clumsy. I can see through that. Here's a little something to know about me. I don't like physical contact, but I rather people ask before they go hug me and whatnot. You know who loves to hug? Goop. I totally have the energy to deal with his energy sometimes. You know the circle punch or whatever they call themselves. I wonder if such unlikely group to be friends if it weren't for the fact they work together. Honestly, I don't know if I consider anyone here even a friend. I consider everyone more of a co-worker, associate, time to spare? Well, I got something I can share. And I'll tell you one thing for certain that Pet Rock Tarticus has is fascinating. He recognizes all sorts of commands, though he doesn't do just them for anyone. I see him do certain things and actions and tricks for Toonship affairs. Mostly tricks that you have Danticus from what I said. I don't have the luxury of friends, but you know if you really think about it, a bubble called puppy is kind of bit morbid. Maybe it's just me? Have you seen the twin masks, Russell and Dazzle? Children used to get their names mixed up, but I heard they had both really enjoyed the names. Can't say I hate my own. Dyle, it really suits me. This may sound a bit silly to you, but Dyle Tunsley is in fact my full name. Sometimes I like to do my own small record keeping investigations. Uh, I'm told I'm not allowed to be speaking very much. Scrubs once asked me if I preferred cats, dogs, or cats. I answered cats, as otherwise I feel it would be very awkward. But between us, I don't particularly like either. I prefer ponies. I've been looking through some old records at some point. Letters and files, what not. You won't believe how many letters I found Shelley's. She go on and writing to the founders of Caribbean, many writings of dinosaurs specifically. I swear there was possibly 5 bins worth of letters. Honestly, I'm not sure why we keep Shrimpo around. I have intrusive thoughts of just taking him on a trade ride one day. And that will be his last stop ever. Oh well. I often actually chat with Sprout, saying as I supply fresh food here. There's a train that leads outside of Caribbean itself. I'm sure supplies will end up here. Of course, no other tune is allowed in this specific train. You don't imagine the things I have to do just to get a few luxuries. I found Scram into one of the meeting rooms. Once, Orson had to give him his loud sobbing before I could simplify on my way. He stopped being crying further. What a waste of time, shamefully. But I did stick around and listen. Had something to do with identity? He told me he was upset over allergy not being a good worm. I was confused. Turns out I titled him as a bookworm. But he believes he may represent a caterpillar closer. Tegan once requested to host one of the iconic tea parties on the train. Sadly, I couldn't allow them, but imagine the atmosphere. That's the best for tea aboard a train. Anything is better on a train, actually, except snakes. I can appreciate someone like Tisha. She's actually very punctual. That is unless she is cleaning. And well, she cleans very often. Maybe she isn't that punctual when you think that fact. I can't help but feel a little bad for Toodles. That poor girl doesn't exactly have French and eggs, unless we count that kid she plays around her on Halloween. I don't, though I won't count such. Those holiday themed tunes barely show around when it's in their season. You know I was never one for these game shows. I'm not saying that you're always revetting stories Danticus tells me about her. He definitely does not enjoy her company. Don't tell anyone else, but sometimes I leave candy for Yatta out by trains. Just a little handful, but it's always gone by the time I return. That's all. Bye, little trainers.